Hey there, hope you're doing well. Normally I do videos when I've got my shit together and I've processed things and want to share and help people, whereas I'm coming on literally in full movement of emotions and feelings. And it was really recognised is we're unearthing, basically. We're unearthing so many shadows and belief systems right now. And excuse me, this is probably going to be a bit snotty, and recognised in the last week that, that's really rattling our nervous systems and feeling quite dysregulated. And it's my go-to to help me process, which is ultimately so deep emotions that are held in our body, in our subconscious mind, in our unconscious body, are wanting to shift and move through us because they're, dis-ease creates disease and it's not serving us. And my go-to has either go and exercise, which is what I've just done now, which it really moves the liver through, it really sort of purges things through. And last week when I did that, there was so much rage and anger came out, so much anger towards the abuse of women and the pro-life that's going on in America, stopping women having rights for their body, and how that's being dictated to them. Whereas the hypocrisy is a lot of those people pushing for that, taking away women's rights, will be fighting for their rights to hold guns. That's not pro-life. And then the other day I was feeling really dysregulated and I thought, I'll go and exercise. But actually what turned out, I was just laid on my back and did some vagus nerve stuff and fell asleep. And I felt so much better after that. And excuse me, handy, nice sweaty jumper. And then today, feeling it, want to do some exercise, and it's just grief is pouring through. So how I see that the liver is this rage that is allowing self-love to come up, know that you're worthy of more. And then you have the grief of what there is or what there wasn't, the grief of what there, and that's the pancreas, interestingly. And so I'm obviously going through a process of moving my emotions through. And I saw a post today about the women in Afghanistan, how they're struggling. They can't even talk or sing. It's so suppressive. And that really hit me back in 21 when America pulled out. Well, how could you just leave these people to be, to be abused and suppressed? And it's just making me wonder, would this be happening if it was happening to men? Would it be allowed? Has society become so numb to women and children and girls being abused that it's just accepted and just let happen? So this is obviously bringing up my stuff as well, because where's the men standing up and saying, no, you can't do this to my sister, my daughter, my wife? Where's that? Why is it women having to be really brave and stand up and find their voices to be heard, which sometimes just are made out there just moaning? Where's the men standing up for this? I mean, there was this documentary about a man being abused, which is awful, but there's a documentary made about him because it's just not that, I mean, it's not that common, but it's not as common as women being abused because of the physicality of it all. So we have become so numbed in our society and just accepted it, and that's wrong. And in my experience, people just preferred to not believe it and carry on as normal because, actually acknowledging it was too hard for them, which I can have compassion for, but there's still anger towards that. As much as I want to be able to move through and forgive and be at peace with myself. You still have to honour every emotion before you get to that point. So yeah, it's really just a message. I don't know, it's just a bit of a pouring of my heart, really. That we're going through massive shifts, and be kind to yourself. And your nervous system will be all over the fucking place. Mine certainly is. And you just have to create, as much self-care and space for yourself. And listen to your body. Don't go into the automatic, just push through and deny and keep busy and just pretend it's not there. You're just going to create even more dysregulation or pain or disease if you really don't listen. So it's about creating space to just let come through. And even if you've not been abused or been a victim of violence and inequality, as women, we especially carry it through our blood. So unconsciously it's in there to be healed. That's coming up. I see that with my treatments. And this is why I think menopause is like a huge shift for women to step up into their power. And this is where a lot of these, when women have been taken from their power, it comes up to be seen. And these old patterning that we keep busy just doing, being the martyr, being the victim, looking for appreciation, looking at their body, complete body dysmorphia, all this, is coming up, especially the liver. The liver is like massive. So that's where the rage is sat, right in there. Trust me, it is. And anger. And that's what creates all these different symptoms that we get in, excuse me, I'm really snotty now. So yeah, we're all going through something massive right now. And it's calling out the hypocrisy and the shadows. But also there's anger towards women that have just let it happen, let the abuse happen. And I know why, because they've just been told it's what it is and nothing will be changed. So you just mute it, suck it up. Again, the liver, sponging it all in. Fuck it. No. Find your voice. Everybody, find your voice. Find your heart. Stop this abuse from happening. For children, to women, to anybody. It's just more prevalent for women because we're not as strong physically, fucking powerfully strong in our minds. But, we just don't have that physicality strength, and it happens. So we need you men to step up. We need you to find your purpose, which is protection, which is discernment, which is those healthy boundaries that make women feel safe. So when women feel safe, they open their love to men. They heal your heart. This is what the roles are between the masculine and the feminine. So this is, I guess, a calling for an invitation to, now is the time to step up. Step up in your power, men, and say no. Look at your sisters, look at your wives, look at your daughters, and see the injustice, the inequality. And women, step up too. Find your voice and know that you're safe too. And when we have to do this together, and this needs to stop now, it needs to stop. And for us women, our power is actually being able to alchemize pain and anger and hurt. We are like the power of our heart. That's our alchemy. That's our gift. So when we are safe and we can open our heart, we can transmute and alchemize all this pain in this world. But we need the men, the masculine, to step up, to hold that space for the women to be able to do this. This isn't about revenge, because revenge is just repeating this victim-martyr pattern. And we'll never fucking get anywhere like that. Look at Palestine, look at Israel, look what's happening there. It's outrageous. And we need to step up now as humanity, really step up. And by doing that, we find our voice. We connect to our hearts and we move from fear. And we recognise the shadows of society that have been there for millennia, that has just pushed people down, kept your power away, taken away your sovereignty. And it's time to claim it back. So thank you for listening, and just go gentle on yourself, because like I say, it's rattling every single nerve fibre in our bones and our bodies to shift and move this through. So don't be surprised if you're feeling completely fucked at the moment and dysregulated. Just, you need to really put in self-care now, okay? And discern with your body what it needs. Does it need movement to shift things through? Does it need rest? Does it need both? More than likely. So lots of love. Take care. Oh, and this wasn't meant as a plug at all, but if you do need that, you can come to the infinityhealthhub.com, and there's some meditations and things on there just to help ground and balance you. Okay, so lots of love. Take care. Thank you for listening.